translate? Okay, yeah, it's a big loss, Malcolm Max. World class, probably one of the best hookers in the world, and very sad for him, very sad for his family. And but once again, injuries are part of the game. As coaching staff, we always prepare and probably about 3 to 4 options that we've got in that position, and you can't ask for any better guy like Bongi Bonambi, one of our leaders. World class is our captain, and we know he's got what it takes, even though it's sad to lose Malcolm Max, it would have been nice to have him, but once again, also a guy like Dion Fourie, we knew when we came to the World Cup he's our third option, and I think the excitement in our team, in our squad, the energy levels behind the plans we've got, and yeah, even though we said, but we're excited and looking forward to seeing the other guys what they can also offer for us.
Sorry, translate it straight into here.
Can we? Yeah, we'll move it before.
Cobus, if I can touch on your game and what you expect of the game tomorrow, how do you prepare different for a game like this, which is supposedly against minnows, or is it like every other game that you prepare for?
Yeah, it's still a rugby game, it's still a World Cup, so you cannot prepare any different to what you will prepare for any other team. You have to focus on things you have to rectify, especially in the games going forward as well. So for us this week, it was the same. It's tough. It's hard training. We have to get the miles in the legs and fix the little things we did wrong in the first game. And then with them coming or playing Romania, we don't expect anything less than a huge challenge. They're prideful, is that a word? They're a prideful country. They're going to come out guns firing, backs to the wall. So we know it's going to be tough, and it's going to be physical, and that's what we expect.
Last one for me. I'm trying to find a South African player that's ever played in Bordeaux. Have you ever played here?
I've played against Bordeaux, yeah. There's a few Saffers I know that played here, but yeah, I've played here.
So how does that compare to Marseille? You got an idea of the atmosphere that you get here compared to Marseille?
Well, that's top 14. It's very one-sided then, especially if you go up against Bordeaux. Their crowd is hostile, but yeah, it's good fun. I think it's going to be a little bit different on the weekend, as we'll get our supporters in too. You can't even walk on the streets without hearing Afrikaans and all of that. So I think we're a lot of people here, a lot of support. So it's going to be exciting.
Good afternoon to both of you. If you can maybe just both answer this question, how you guys have been preparing. It's expected to be wet tomorrow with some rain. How you have been preparing the squad, how the team have been preparing, and then also just your Cobus, you have played in France. What it's like to play rugby in comparison to the kind of rugby environment in South Africa?
Yeah, I think for preparations, Cobus touched on it, is that we always prepare the same way. We respect every game we play, and we know Romania, they've got pride in what they do. And for me personally, I know them very well because I've played against them. I think it was in 2011 when I played Nations Cups in Bucharest. So I know how passionate they are when it comes to for playing for their country. And it's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a tough game. But once again, if you also look at what's happening around, you look at a game like Uruguay against France, you know very well that if you probably don't mentally and physically don't pitch up on the game, it will probably be a tough day. And so that's the respect we've got for Romania. We know they're going to come very hard against us. And but once again, like Cobus touched on it again, the way we prepare for test matches, irrespective of you playing against, we always give respect to the opposition. And we know it's going to be a tough game. We're going to have to be at our best to be able to perform. And regarding the conditions, I think if you were not in Toulon. If you were in Toulon, you could have seen how we were training. We prepared for wet conditions, so we had a lot of buckets with water and soap. So I think our players will be well prepared for the conditions, more especially playing at 3 o'clock. So we know it's going to be hot, very humid, but I think we've done everything in our past to make sure that we're ready for the game.
What was the second part of the question? Sorry.
Just for you,
Oh,
just for you, the comparison of
It is tough, indeed.
rugby culture in France as opposed to South Africa.
Yeah, I'll compare it to probably my club. The French is a very emotional-driven culture for me, which is a good thing, I think, for them. They get up for the huge games, and if I say they get up, they are buzzing. They are really up for it, and they beat teams with emotion and just confidence they get from that. Where I think we're a very solution-based team, solution-based culture, that we have a plan and then we stick to it. And if something goes wrong, we get together, we talk about it, we find out what's happening and how to fix it.
Thank you.
Coach, you spoke about respecting Romania. And in the last couple of weeks, you had challenges in terms of personnel, players getting injured. How difficult has it been not to focus, not easily focus, but there's a big game next week as well. And in terms of having to have your best 23 available for that, how big a challenge has it been this week to just focus on this game?
I think for us, like I said earlier on, every game we play, it's always a big challenge. And I know a lot of people, they always try to focus too far ahead of themselves. And for us as a team, I think the energy this week was invested on Romania, and after the game, and the nice thing is that we're playing an early kickoff, which is 3 o'clock. That means it will give us extra few hours. So it will give us at least extra few hours for us as a coaching staff to go to Ireland. But at the moment, I don't think Ireland is in our heads. We just want to make sure that we do everything in our powers to win the game against Romania. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Like I said earlier on again, you also can learn from other people. If you look at the other games on the other side. And I think also the key thing is that we have to make sure that we play according to our standards and irrespective of who we're playing against on the day. And I think also the discipline will be key. I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest challenge because of, as you can see, the last game we played, we've only conceded 7 penalties, which is a good record. So I think the plan for us, yes, while we're still trying to apply pressure and be physical in the game, also we want to be on a good side when it comes to the ref.
Hi, first of all, sorry for my English.
No problem, we're the same.
For the coach. There are white tissue around the field. Your training seems so secret. Why is it so important to keep your training sessions really secret, like nobody can see it around? Why is that so important?
It's World Cup. We're playing World Cup. So it's the biggest tournament you can ever be part of. And our sessions are mostly private sessions. And we had one good training in Toulon, where the public was there. I think we had plus minus 8,000 people that came to support us, which is, we also appreciate the support. But once again, when you play the World Cup, it's the biggest tournament in the world. So why are we private? Because it's a World Cup. You happy? Shout my boss.
When you talk about the injury of Malcolm Marx, you mentioned 3 to 4 options, if I understood well. I have read that Andre Pollard is now back on the training field with his club of Leicester. Is this an option for you and the team coming back?
As a coaching staff, we haven't made any decision on it. And as you saw earlier on in the week, the media statement was we're still looking at the options. Yes, Andre Pollard is probably also one of the guys, but at the moment we haven't made any final decision. And I think the key thing is that we just wanted to focus on the Romania game. Maybe something officially will come after this game, but if you want to know about Andre Pollard, we watched him yesterday. I think he had about 30 minutes. Unfortunately, he had a yellow card in that game, but we did follow his minutes. And also we've got a guy like Joseph Toeba, who's currently back in South Africa in full shape, who's also one of the options. Unfortunately, Lucanio, I think, is probably 2 weeks away from being fully fit. So at the moment, we still got a couple of options, but nothing official at the moment.
Coach Soka, can you give us an update on Evan Etzebeth, please?
Yeah, actually, Evan is actually, last week, we also as coaching staff were surprised, like he was going full out in all the training sessions. I think at the moment he was probably 5 to 4 days being fully fit, and currently was busy today in the gym. And last week he did probably 1 or 2 full sessions with the team, and it's a matter of just management when it comes to him. I don't think it's a massive injury. It's a matter of just to manage him. But once again, he's probably a few days away from being fully fit.
Happy? Everyone?
Perfect. Thank you.
Dankie. Danko.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.